Here, folks, this is precisely the kind of nonsense I'm talking about. A yogurt container, if you care, read that, which is on the side there, and it's just trash. But allow me to give you the true translation. There's something nasty about consuming cow's milk from their udder. But don't worry, we didn't add any sugar to it. But we added some bacteria cultures. So, it's trash. Every speck of dairy that you've ever been presented with, that you've ever consumed, is all trash, and it's not made for your body. Would you hook your mouth up to a cow's udder out in the field? If you would not do that, and the answer is no, in every sane human being's mind, then you should not consume any product that comes from the milk from a cow's udder, which is your entire dairy section. Enough. I just gave you one dumb example of the kind of marketing that is presented to you by dumb companies, dumb people, people owned by Satan, that will take your money, and it does not satisfy you, and it's not healthy for you. So this is apparently a kind of yogurt. It even has source. Apparently they've trademarked that. Well, who owns the word source? I'll show you the beauty of CEO equals I am, SUR equals Father. Two of the greatest names of God are sitting in the word source. Okay? I am plus Father equals the Son. Like, God has placed all of his... God is the source of everything. This company does not own the word source. God the Father owns the word source. But you see how this garbage is presented to you? In shiny white containers. Especially, we have to be honest, a lot of women do the shopping for their households, and they are easily deceived by nice looking facades. I'm just saying it the way that it is and the way the world runs. Satan is not stupid. He chose Eve in the Garden of Eden to deceive her with a nice shiny looking item that God said was not good, and she said, I want it. And the devil said, good, honey. Anyways, this is trash, okay? Anything that comes from a cow's udder is not actually meant for human consumption. It's hard to believe I'm saying this and need to say this in the year 2017, but that is how dark we are as humans born in sin. And enough. But it's disgusting the type of verbiage and advertising that is printed on the sides of these dumb products that are completely... So, they're not good for you. But if you want to get set free, just go to the source of what it is behind the product and decide for yourself. Then you'll be set free. Say, would I honestly hook my mouth up to a cow's udder? There's no way. Ever. So then, I will never eat dairy. Done. 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 And the same goes, ask yourself, would I ever go out into the field and chase down a chicken and want to kill it and eat it? If you wouldn't do that, then why should you partake of chicken products at the other end of the product line? Simple, okay? It's about blessing and cursing, okay? You actually choose that which is blessed and reject that which is not blessed, and you're happier, you're healthier, you're set free from lies. But the key to your freedom is understanding the lies of unbelievers and the sin of unbelievers on this earth, and you have the power to reject it and say, no, I reject that just as quickly as I would reject cigarettes that are offered to me. They are both unnatural substances as far as my human body is concerned before God. And so you reject it. You identify it as a product of sin and man's fallen condition, and you say this is not from the Lord. You reject it. It's like cow's milk was made for cows, just like human breast milk was made for humans. And of course, all these companies want to get you as far away from that cow image as possible, and they never want to use the word cow, and they never want to use the word udder in their advertising, because that would actually remind people of the truth of this stuff, and they would be so disgusted at what they're doing, they wouldn't buy it. I kind of liken this kind of deception to, you know, when you go, if people go to a casino, how does the casino work? Well, what they do, first of all, they convert your money into chips, okay? So that it makes you feel easier and lighter about, you know, playing the game and throwing this stuff away and throwing this stuff down, and then lo and behold, it's your real money is gone. Now, anyways, we can talk about phony money and printing presses rather than gold and silver and the way it was for thousands of years, but it's like, you know, first gold and silver are like traditional currency, and then people trade that in for phony paper money, which is like being spewed out at the speed of unbelievable light by the printing presses all over the world, and that's why we have insane inflation. And then one step worse than that is people take their phony paper money and convert it into chips at the gambling hall. And now they're so far from the true root of what money should look like, you know, ideally pure gold and pure silver as it was for thousands of years. Then we went to printing presses and corruption with inflation. Now we're converting our paper money into chips that we throw away at the gambling casino. But you see the way the devil works. You see the scheme is that the further you can take people away from what real money is and looks like and feels like, gold and silver have weight. There's a sense of like weightiness that you said, I toiled for this. I toiled for this money. I can feel the weight of it. It cost me a lot to earn this gold and silver. It was my paycheck. It weighs a lot. I can feel it. I can feel the heaviness of it. And then we convert that to paper phoniness, and then we convert that to like, and then they get you to convert that to the chips at the casino, and then people are losing their money easily at the casino because, oh, it's just fun colored chips. And then before you know it, they're dead. And the devil's stolen everything from them. Welcome to the world of Satan's children and God's children. It's very real. But this is a perfect example, okay? So, once you get completely set free from dairy, as in cow, it just, this is one of the biggest balloons in food land today, at least in the West. This is one of the biggest behemoth money-sucking liars that there is in the West, is the entire dairy corporation. And I notice they're running more ads now to try and staple their reputation together as it's falling apart at the seams by means of truth and people actually getting set free from it, and they're realizing they feel better and feel happier. I've noticed that the dairy associations are now running more and more commercials like ever before. Whenever a corrupt organization starts running commercials, you know they're just trying to hang on. Like, you don't need to run paid for ads when you're actually doing honest business and actually people giving people what they need at a great value. People will spread the goods by word of mouth. Okay, but it's a telltale sign that all the dairy organizations right now are making commercials. There's tons of ads everywhere now because they're just trying to reconvince people and hold up the sign saying, no, cow products, cow's milk is good for you. It's what you need. Get this in your children every morning at breakfast. And it's all lies. It's all lies and darkness. And the moment you know, and once you're completely free from Dairyland, there's even a company called Dairyland. It's huge here. You're just like, it's unbelievable. Cowland. Like, you're not supposed to drink cow milk, which means you're not supposed. And then there's whey protein powders. Why is whey protein powder than? Oh, because we got lots of cows down here. Well, what other kind of money can we get from the cows? Whey protein powder. We'll sell this to the guys at the gyms. You can have big muscles if you have whey. It's just like, it's unhealthy for you. You're not meant to eat cow or cow milk. Get it out of you. You get it all out of you forever and you'll feel better. No more cow milk, no more cow cheese, no more cow butter, no more cow cream cheese, no more cow sour cream, no more cow yogurt, no more cow... And here's the big one, no more cow meat. and every cow on planet Earth said, hallelujah, someone's actually standing up for our rights. Someone's actually speaking the truth. Hallelujah, we weren't meant to be slaughtered for the humans. Oh my goodness. but it's quite disgusting. But mark my words, people that live in Dairyland will try and preach. If you look at those people at age 80, they will look like trash. On the contrary, if you look at someone that doesn't have dairy in their diet their whole life, and they speak at age 80, they're going to look gorgeous. And they're going to feel good too and have a sharp mind. But there's all these lies out there like, here's another one, chicken eggs, okay? People say, oh, because your brain is made of a lot of cholesterol, therefore it's healthy for you to eat eggs which have cholesterol. A lie from the pit of hell. Mankind does not need to eat any animal's eggs in order to be completely healthy for a long life. There are many cultures on planet Earth that have never come close to a chicken egg, and their brains are perfectly deliciously gorgeous, and they live long and live healthy on plant-based diets. You know, it just, oh my gosh. But yeah, so you have to remove yourself from the greed culture that you live in and realize that 90% of the foods that are presented to you are not even worthy of being called foods. They are packaged money suckers that extract cash from you and give you nothing that is healthy for your body in return. Woo! Welcome to broken humanity apart from Jesus Christ. So let's get saved. Let's get people actually like healed, eating properly. Jesus Christ changes your, you know, he'll pull you out. He'll give you the power and all that good stuff. But it's just like I just gotta preach against this kind of filth because it's lies from the pit of hell. Like, and have you noticed that anything that is ever a lie, I can't believe how stupid this is. It's always presented the same way over and over again. And that's why I love the bulk bins, and I love raw foods, and I love foods that don't have any packaging. Because there's no facade there. There's no lies there. Like, you know, trying to present this shiny image. That's another reason why I think this is a good example of a decent product. It's like I can see through the container from top to bottom. There's not this giant plastic wrapper with all this photoshopped imagery of... I tell you, this stuff appeals to women shoppers, it appeals to men shoppers, it appeals to all fallen human shoppers. But wake up and see the lies. I practically don't buy anything anymore that comes in a package. Because as soon as something is packaged and there's a lot of effort put into the facade, I already smell the profiteering. I already smell the profiteering and the lack of true satisfaction that it's actually going to give me. You're just like, it's not complicated, but okay. It's pretty bad. So, exit dairy. You know, don't eat any dairy for the rest of your life. And you will feel better. You'll feel better. You know, get some organic cocoa in your diet, and that's all fine. But for goodness sakes, exit the dairy scene. I would love to see the dairy scene go downhill, because you know it's one of the biggest behemoths. It's one of the biggest, literally, cash cows in the modern world. The dairy industry. It's one of the biggest, most marketed cash cows there is in phony food land. And there's big room for that thing to go downhill and just crash, because cow milk and all of its derived products is not natural for the human body. And it's not satisfying compared to the price on all of it. Like, there's far better foods you can spend your money on than dairy. And it's just gross. It's just not natural. But it's one of the biggest lies there is. And oh, it looks so nice because it's white. Oh, white milk, white butter, white cream, white cheese, white yogurt. Oh, so angelic. It must be the food from God. It's so white. It looks so pure. It looks so beautiful. It's from a cow. And like I said, if you wouldn't physically hook your physical lips, even through like a tube, up to that physical cow's udder, which you would never do, then you should not consume any of the products that come from a cow's udder. They are not made for you. They are made for the cow's offspring. You're just like, bam! Humans can be really out in left field, and most of it comes to your childhood. Have you noticed that the dairy industry wants your kids to get on board? They want your kids hooked on cow milk from the day they are born. That's why they're in bed with all the cereal companies, and we know that cereals are profiteering whoremongers, just overpriced, just unbelievable sugar bombs. You know all the cereal aisle is disgusting. But they're in bed with the dairy people. Say, just show those kids pouring a giant tall glass of cow milk with the Fruit Loops or the sugar Frosted bombs, and that's part of a complete breakfast. You're like, this is demonic. But I can speak this because this actually happened to me growing up in my life. But you get out of it and you're like, that was disgusting. And it was evil. And it was like completely bad for me. And it was like hideous. But it's pretty darn gross. How many parents are buying those gallons of milk, feeding them to their children, saying, here, Johnny, pour yourself a glass. You're just like, I can't believe it. It's pretty bad. It's pretty disgusting what humans will believe when large numbers of them believe it together. It's just like, yeah, lots of people can be wrong at the same time. Oh yeah, billions sometimes. Millions of people can all be wrong all at once. Yes, sir. Like the millions and even billions of Muslims on planet Earth. They're all wrong about who Jesus is. It's like, and there's millions of people that are consuming dairy in this country, in this continent, and think that it's good food. All wrong. It's just like, and I encourage you to do the experiment for yourself. Ask for God's help. Give yourself a full month, at least, more like 2 months. It literally takes your body like weeks, if not months, to actually get totally free from this junk, and be honest with yourself and how you feel after 1 month, at least 1 month of 0, 0, 0 dairy products in your diet. Just do the experiment yourself, and mark my words, you will feel better, and you will never, ever, ever go back to Dairyland. Ever. And you will also encourage other people to do the same, saying, do not buy cow products. We need to call it what it is. Remember I made that analogy about evil things, like trying to slowly moving you away from the evil that's behind it? It's like at the casino. First you trade your dollar bills in for chips, so that you can just play with some chips. And if you lose a few chips, it was fun. No, you just gave away your hard-earned money. Same thing with the dairy industry. They don't use the word cow anywhere because they don't want you to be reminded of how sickening it is and how wrong it is and how just stupid it is what you're doing when you partake of cow products. It's like, it's a cow and its milk is made for its children. Just like every other creature on planet Earth that has milk. That milk is for their offspring only. Not for you. Okay. In general, if you want to be set free regarding any other food that comes your way, go to the root of how it was produced and where it came from. Okay? And like if you ever see how a sausage is produced, you'll never eat sausage ever again. If you yourself personally would never run out after a chicken and kill it to eat it, or any other piece of meat, then why are you partaking of meat that was slaughtered by someone else. Okay? It's not blessed. It's about integrity. It's about your deepest, truest integrity, which is the path of blessing. Okay? If I would never go out into a field and chase down a chicken and kill it live in order to feed myself, then why am I buying any chicken product in any food or restaurant anywhere? Okay? I've just set myself free. The truth shall set you free. Okay? So, there you go. Goodbye cow product land. And then now you've saved yourself so much time when you go to these stores, because praise God, the cow section, I'm going to call it, the cow section is near the back of the store. So is all the chicken and typically all the meat. So you don't have to even waste your time going to the back of the store and getting all cold, because that stuff needs to be held in fridges in order for it to be somewhat bearable for your consumption. It's all darkness, okay? On the contrary, your produce section is right front and center, so you can grab your goods, and get out of there. Oh, goodness. And the dairy people are freaking out. They're freaking out. The truth is getting out on how trashy their stuff is, and that's why they're running ads on TVs and stuff. So, but I pray for the cow industry to go downhill and for plant-based products and real food to go uphill. There you go.